Okay, so I am currently en route to the Anti James Topp protesters, and we're going to try and see if we can get somebody to talk to us. There's about 50 or so individuals that have lined up over here.
Interesting.
Maybe more. Bylaw just had a discussion with them. So we're going to have to see what's going on.
Well, I wonder if they'll be treated in the same fashion as the freedom fighters.
That is going to be the question.
So here we go. This is the counter protest, the anti-freedom movement, or whatever they call themselves. So we'll try and find out what it is that they're doing, what they want, what their position is. Brendan will try and talk to them.
Anybody interested in talking?
Who are you with?
Maverick News?
I'm not familiar with Maverick News.
Oh yeah, we're a YouTube channel. Not interested? You interested in talking? Conversation? Why are you guys here? Why are you here?
Who are you with?
Maverick News.
You're right wing, right?
No, not really. No, you guys don't want to talk? Why are you guys here? You guys interested in questions? Why are you guys here? Interested? Why are you here? Why are you guys here? Why are you here?
I'm here because in February, some members of the convoy tried to break into my house, and I don't really want to deal with that again. So I'd prefer if they didn't keep coming back.
So do you? It's my understanding this is supposed to be about James Topp. What do you know about James Topp?
I know very little about James Topp, to tell you the truth. I've been keeping up with the. Hey, sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know exactly what his deal is. I know that he's been, I think, walking across the country to protest getting laid off for refusing to take a vaccine, I think. Which I'm not certain that that's going to help him, but I'm not a fan of the people who seem to have gathered themselves around him. So that's why I'm here.
So you said members of the convoy tried to break into your home. Did you call the police?
I did.
And what was the result of that?
Well, the police came and didn't do very much. So
I'm interested to know how is it that you know that they were from the convoy? Just curious.
Well, I know they were from the convoy because the roads were completely gridlocked. There was no one else there.
So, do you live in Ottawa?
I do.
And what do you think of Parliament on Wellington Street now?
How do you mean?
Like it's been blocked off since February?
Yes. And you want to know how I feel about that?
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. I actually am kind of a fan, and I think they should do that with more streets downtown, but...
Okay, I can respect that. I appreciate you answering my questions. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All the best. Are you interested in questions? What do you got? What are you doing here?
I am here representing the Indigenous community. I don't like the way that Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was treated, and a lot of Indigenous elders were part of our veterans, even though they had to go through the horrors of residential schooling, which happened in this country, they decided to defend this country. So we have the position we have today. So I wanted to be a representative for my community, that we're not gonna, yeah.
Okay. So how is it that they treated the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier that bothered you?
Someone stood on top of the tomb and was shouting, and that's a sacred place. They were not treating it well. You know, they were. I wouldn't want someone to stand on such a meaningful place. You know. As well as what they did to the Terry Fox Memorial. I mean, it was a blessing in disguise because we got a lot of donations because of it, but it was still not necessary. These are supposedly adults, you know.
What do you think about James Topp?
I don't know who that is, to be quite honest.
Okay, no, that's okay.
I know that, yeah.
That's fine. I appreciate you answering my questions. Thank you. All the best.
Or people filming and you don't want to speak, we have some truth noise going around. You gotta do it.
I was like, we're about to figure this out.
Can you hear me, Brendan? Are you able to hear me, Brendan?
I am now.
Okay, just to make you aware, I don't think that microphone is working. It's still the mic on your phone. And it sounds fine. Just you might want to try and get the phone in a little closer. The earphones are obviously working, but the mic, the handheld part's not working for you.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, but that was very interesting. What's your takeaway from that?
It doesn't seem apparent to me that they know who James Topp is, which seems to be, according to the media release, which I have sent you a copy of that, that protest is supposed to be centered around it. So they don't know who James Topp is, and yet they're there. Secondly, the Indigenous woman I just spoke with, she said that she's very unhappy with how the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was treated during the Freedom Convoy. And she pointed out the incident where somebody stood on top of it and screamed freedom or what have you. So it seems to me like the legacy media has worked. As I was interviewing people, they were going around to each other and saying, members of the right-wing media are here, and if you don't want to talk to them, squeak your... Did you catch that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That was the belly of a libtard hell. Oops, did I say that out loud? Anywho, they don't know who James Topp is. There's one individual who made an accusation that a member of the Freedom Convoy who broken into his home, but he couldn't really point to it.
How does he know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know who did that. He's making an assumption.
But the whole point of going to talk to them is seeing what their perspective is. And we can see the damage of the legacy media, like plain and simple. That's what that is. Very
evident, very clear, wouldn't you say? Yeah.
Yes, very much so. So it's,
and they're all out and they're outside wearing their masks. It shows again that the mindset, the conditioning.
You know, I would wager, Rick Walker, that those individuals don't wear their mask on a regular basis, but I think they just didn't want to show their faces.
Could be. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's like 100 individuals there. They don't know who James Topp is, and yet they're protesting him.
And you can see that their mindset flows right into a censorship perspective, right? Like, oh, we're not going to talk to them because they're right wing, so they won't even talk to you. But I mean, we're there, you went there, you're trying to have a conversation, right? How do we ever get to common ground if we can't have a conversation? It's clearly you tell me, we've got a lot of work to do, a great divide to get over, right?
I think that is the plain and simple of it. There is a great divide, but it is just like Yuri Gorbachev used to say, or what was his name? Yuri Bezmenov. He says, these individuals, you could show them files, pictures, movies. You can show them the evidence, and they're just not. They won't buy it. They won't believe it.
Yeah. I don't know. After that, what's your emotional response? What do you think? Is there hope to ever heal and bring people together?
I always want to believe in hope, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what my.
Oop.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button.
That's okay.
Tried to get something off my screen. At the end of the day, I don't really care about my political leanings so much that I really am more interested in having our country back. That we're all entitled to the same pieces of paper that's everybody else. And I think that's important. And we really need to, well, let me put it this way. My emotional response is my nerves are shot from going in there, like just plain and simple. Plain and simple. But I'm glad I did it because it's interesting to know. And I don't think it's going to get any more attention than that. The mainstream media is there. I don't know if you saw that, but CBC was interviewing somebody in there.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Yeah. I think that news release was somewhat of a misrepresentation of what that thing was. Can you explain to the viewers what it was supposed to be based on the release that was sent out?
Well, it was supposed to be a protest against James Topp because it accused him of spreading quote unquote far right propaganda. It said that they don't believe that all veterans believe in what he believes. And
this was supposed to be a protest of veterans, right?
Yes. Well, the association was. I don't remember what the exact name of it was. But they're organized, at least. They kind of have a semi-organization of what they're doing.
Yeah, I have it here. It's Clayton Goodwin, the CEO of the Veterans Accountability Commission, along with progressive veterans and citizen supporters from Ottawa's grassroots community organizations, said that they were holding a rally of awareness to yet again address the deplorable use of our nation's cenotaph as a place of political protest and as a tool of far-right propaganda by political actors such as James Topp.
Rick Walker, do you think James Topp is a political actor?
There's politics surrounding him, but he has done his best to reach out to politicians of every political stripe. He's tried to keep it very, nonpartisan. It's obviously a political issue because you're dealing with government overreach, right? But yeah, I mean, who's he marched with today? Maxime Bernier, Pierre Poilievre, Derek Sloan. He reached out specifically to Jagmeet Singh in that video the other day. He's trying to talk to them all. He really is. So I don't see how you can fault that or see it otherwise.
Well, they don't see it that way. They've drinking the legacy media Kool-Aid, ultimately, and it is what it is. It is what it is. We need to just keep telling the truth.
Insanely sad. It's terrible because all they see is crazy white supremacist Nazis, obviously, right? That's what it is. That's what's been drilled into their heads. They think that there's a giant, you can tell from their response. They doesn't like the kind of people that have surrounded James Topp. What kind of people? Well, in his mind, this is some threatening, violent mob that is about to descend upon the cenotaph.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.